You drafted Bijan Robinson in the top 10? This man doesn't use him. I don't know about you, but if I'm running something and I put someone in charge and they spend the most amount of money of the budget in a building firm, let's say, we're building shit, okay? And we give the most amount of money to a certain project and the person I put in charge lets the project die, which we just put the most amount of funding into, and he just lets the project die, doesn't use the project, doesn't see it through, doesn't finesse it, caress it, cuddle it, curate it, and he just lets this project die, and we funneled all the money through it. How is that not a problem, Mr. Blank? What in the hell are you doing? How are we giving Arthur Smith a blank check to not use a top 10 overall pick that everybody rolled their eyes over, said, why are you taking an RB top 10? And everybody and their mother said, don't worry, Arthur. And you could pretend you knew this was going to happen with Arthur Smith and act like you had a crystal ball, but Arthur Smith ran the ball really well in 2022. Algier was phenomenal in 2022, and that's not why Bijan's not doing well, because Algier's taking all the work. There was 560 rushing attempts to go around from 2022 data. This was not something that was written on the wall. Arthur Smith comes in, drafts this man in the top 10. Everybody rolls their eyes and we say, this guy's got a plan. This guy's got a plan. He's going to use them, because why would you not? Why would you have people rolling their eyeballs? Why would you try and make some sort of statement and not use the guy you drafted in the top 10? Something you don't do with RBs unless you really believe, like the Detroit Lions believe about their boy, Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's go, mashed potatoes. How are you going to do the same thing the Lions did, but not eventually thrust the man into the spotlight and allow him to do the work you're paying him to do? How does Arthur Smith get away with not funding the project that you're shoving the most money and investment toward? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. What I mostly don't understand, to all the Atlanta Falcon fans out there, is why you're sitting on your hands. You guys should be down at the stadium with signs, picketing. The fan base is quiet as can be. I'm hearing crickets from the fan base. The fan base should be irate. And I partially blame the Atlanta Falcon fan base. You need to make noise. If you don't make noise, they won't let Arthur Smith go. If he has any remnants of success in the next 3 weeks, it'll be, we'll give him one more year. One more year. Bijan doesn't have one more year. Running back shelf lives are 4 to 6 years. And the developmental process in year 1 and 2 is more critical than any time at all, period. If Bijan isn't seasoned and absolutely matured properly in his first 2 seasons, what do you think's going to happen in year 3? I blame Arthur Smith first. I blame Blank first. I blame Arthur Blank first. I blame Arthur Smith second. I blame the fan base third, because you should be making waves. And guess who I blame number 4? Bijan. You know why I blame Bijan? Because he's not making any noise either. And while I do believe some of his character traits are amazing, he's a high quality person. Guy's a stand-up dude. And when you hear him speak, he's so kind, he's so elegant, but he's not hungry. If I were Bijan and I was drafted in the top 10, I had the migraine game, he comes back and apologizes for Arthur Smith. He's an Arthur Smith apologist, and I love Bijan. I'm not trying to rip too much into Bijan, but get hungry. Young man, get hungry and ask for the ball. Be mad that you're not in the lineup, Bijan. Stand up for yourself. Act like you're a top 10 overall pick. Act like you're a potential 2 to 3 running back in the National Football League, and stop sitting back going, oh, on his IG, so grateful for everything that's going on. Post after post, I look at it, I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not shoved into the lineup. You're not getting carries, and you're being grateful and thanking Arthur Smith. Defending Arthur Smith, I would be hungry. So I do blame Bijan. I would be hungry.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show.